he's going to die. And his wife and her next husband and their lawyer will be down here every Friday for 50% of the takings, and you'll be doing all the work. Is this what you want? No. Well, don't worry, it might not be that bad. You might die first. It'll be his problem then. Now, how to close a case? You were talking before about closing, so I'll share my closing technique with you. It's very simple. I would just say to my prospect, do you have any more questions? No. Well, there are 2 questions that you should now be answering. The first is, and these are your last 2 questions, the first is, does what I'm saying to you today make sense? And of course they say yes to that. My second question is by far the more important one. It's how we feel about each other. You see, if I'm going to take you as a client, take the responsibility of giving you advice on your insurance, on your protection matters for the next 20, 30, 40 years that I'm going to be in business, I have to feel comfortable with you. And you've got to feel comfortable with me taking that responsibility. Now, I feel fine with you, Tony. How do you feel about me? And they always say, yes, no, I'm quite comfortable with you. Now, what have I done? I've just removed the close. I've removed it from anything to do with the product, with the premium, anything else, and brought it down to very simply personalities. I feel fine about having you as a client. How do you feel about having me give you advice? And they always say, yeah, I'm quite comfortable with you. Okay, let's get this paperwork out of the way. Simple as that. We're closing on the relationship, not closing on, can I afford it, can't I afford it? The premium, which company, and do we believe in what we're selling, folks? My last death claim, we paid over £1 million on a 48-year-old husband, father of teenage children. He was a very popular man. There were over 400 people at his funeral, and they were all bringing condolences. And only one brought money. Me, the life insurance man. Never, ever underestimate the value that we bring to our clients, their families. Okay. Now, I told you what happens when I set daily goals. My business doubled. So I qualified for this funny club called the $1 Million Roundtable. Now, had there been a club like this is where I would have wanted to be. But I wanted to go to the $1 Million Roundtable because I'd worked so hard this year and I'd doubled my business. Now that year, the meeting was in Honolulu, Hawaii. Now this is 48 years ago. 48 years ago, Hawaii did not feature in holiday brochures in this country. I went home and I said to my wife, who was busy then with our two little baby girls, as they were then, and I said, darling, I've qualified for MDRT. Oh yes, she said. I said, yeah, darling, I can go to the MDRT annual meeting. Oh yes. I said, yeah, darling, I'm going to Hawaii. Oh no, she said, we are going to Hawaii. Now, I have to tell you, it cost me 20% of my previous year's income to get to my first MDRT meeting. Okay, but let me tell you, when we go to something like MDRT, when we go to something like this where we are today, it is not a cost. It is an investment in our careers. What did I learn at that meeting?